Listeners be advised. The Soliloquy podcast discuss matters related to the human experience and many that are sexual in nature. Due to this, some conversations may surround triggering topics such as sexual violence, self-harm, abuse, and much more. Please be advised, a list of crisis and psychological resources will be available in the show notes of this episode. With that said, let's get started with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please as we go through the following safety instructions.
In the event that there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally as oxygen is flowing even if the mask is not exposed. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soliloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. This is your favorite host, Vernon T. also known as Slater Jackson, and for you freaky motherfuckers out there, Sebastian Adams. On today's episode, look, I just been stuck in the house watching some TV, and then I get the urge, right? And that urge is like a little tingle down there. Like, I might need to explore a little bit of something. And I'm like, I'm going to ignore that. 2 days pass. 2 days pass. And I'm still like feeling that tingle. And I'm just like, bitch, no, I know what you want me to do. I know what you want me to do, bitch. I know what you're trying to make me do. I'm not going to do it. And you just continue to fight that urge. And it's the weekend now. You know the hoes come out on the weekend, bitch. But you like, I held it down this entire time like POP, and I'm like, I'm here. I had to bring her back. I'm here. Okay, let me go ahead and figure out what the fuck is on this app. And then you're just like, okay, I'm going to get this itch scratched. I'm going to get it scratched right. Who is on these apps tonight? And now you realize that you lowered your damn standards and you got some mediocre dick or some ass or some pussy. And you just like, why the fuck did I end up here? Because horniness is a motherfucking drug. And that's what we're talking about tonight. And with me to have this conversation is Adrian as well as Tyrell. So how are you all doing today?
Doing good. Thank you so much for having us.
All right.
Right, what he said.
Oh God. So before we get deep into this damn conversation, we're getting deep. Before we get into this conversation, since it is Hovember, this is the 5th episode of Hovember. So if you're new to the podcast and you're not ready for this discussion, bitch, you better get the fuck ready, because this is all about that sexy shit during Hovember, y'all. Come on, let the hoe out, let the freak flag fly and fly it high. Suck some dick, suck some tits, suck some clits, and eat some ass. Do it all. And love it for yourself. So with it being Hovember, we got this Hovember special going on, and let's go ahead and see who's y'all know who's here, but so everybody who's like new to the show and don't know y'all's voices, do y'all mind introducing yourselves briefly? Start off with Adrian, then we got you, Tyrell.
All right. Hey, y'all. It's Vernon's uneducated bestie, Adrian.
We're fighting. I'm gonna disconnect this hoe, because I told her 2 days ago she is not gonna say this uneducated shit to me not one more time. So we're Adrian. Tyrell, who are you? I'm
just trying to rebrand it, okay? Damn.
Don't do my friend like that.
Tank, and I'm just bringing it. I'm bringing it different. Go ahead, Tyrell.
Oh, good.
I can't breathe.
I bet you edit this shit.
You know I'm not.
God damn it. Y'all, surprise fun fact, because we on Hovember, what y'all don't understand is I be trolling Dr. Scott every episode he let me be on. And I do some off the wall shit, trying to get him to edit it out. And those of you who are OG listeners, y'all know he don't. So clearly I should give up, but I'm not, because mama ain't raised no quitter.
We love it. Or a spitter. Cough, cough.
Ooh.
Wow.
What is my teeth? Tyrell, please save us.
Well, what's going on, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It's Tyrell. I am so glad to be back for Hovember, and I'm gonna need y'all to tap into y'all inner hole, y'all inner workings hole, every whole phase that y'all didn't had. I need y'all to start reminiscing. It's nothing wrong with being a hoe, y'all. Like, I'm here to tell y'all. Listen, as we are going through Hovember, we are going to be talking about those moments. I need y'all to come out of y'all bag. Let's hit them stories. Don't be ashamed of them. No matter what phase or, kind of, moment that you didn't have, be proud of it. Now you may have some regrets, and that's totally understandable, but you don't have to be ashamed of it for Hovember. Like, we embracing our whole holes.
Yes.
So come through with it.
Look, we can like do the shame shit at New Year's, because wait until after you give up on your New Year's resolution, then we can start feeling that shame all together.
Yeah, it's best to wait till the end of the year anyway. That way you could go through your phone and just like delete and clear before like the new year comes. That's what I do.
Listen, get all the old photos out, all the look, this year I'm deleting numbers.
I with those.
Oh God, here we are. This is such a ghetto podcast, and I love it for everybody who's listening. Welcome to the ghetto, and welcome. Glad to be here. So, to start off this conversation about horniness being a drug, I want to go to our last topic about lowering standards, but we're going to have to keep that last. So y'all motherfuckers know that's going to be the end of this damn episode, okay? When we start talking about standards. But anyways, have you had any kind of unplanned sexual encounters throughout your life? That's like the root cause is the fact that you was just horny as hell.
Who you asking?
Either one of you jump up in this bitch.
Wow. Well, duh. Yeah. I had one last week, goddamn.
Okay, so we got something in common, because so did I.
Oh.
Amen.
Yes. So look, we the perfect people. We the perfect people to talk about this. Like,
for real, because motherfuckers out here getting the shit, and I'm over here. I'm still a virgin, so.
Well, I mean, I can't pop my shit too hard because it was some virtual shit, but it's about to be IRL on Wednesday.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh. Child. Child.
And you know how I feel about sexting, Dr. Scott. I don't like that shit, but FaceTime? Oh my.
So let's talk about this. How was this virtual session? What did we do? Like, Was it just out of the blue? Like, hey, we're talking on FaceTime and a little giggle, and then went to a little wiggle?
No. Okay, so, I've been in the streets for about a year now. Our OG listeners, y'all remember Benita? She is no more. We don't speak of her. So ever since she released me back into the streets, I've been on the apps because I'm lazy and I work a lot. Okay, I don't have time to do the tummy often. I don't have time for that. All right, I just want to give me the algorithm that bring the bad bitches to me, and I like that. So I had a little roster going. I had at that time about eight on the roster. I was only fucking like 4 of them though. Never on the same day, not at the same time. We had a very cute rotation. Okay, everybody's healthy and safe. However, I didn't realize, because I'm prone to taking like social media breaks. So I was on like a little, media break. So I wasn't on the apps like that. Pop back up, doing me. And apparently, like, if someone has like liked you, they'll hide it if you don't do anything in like 14 days. So it had been like 3 months since I had been on there. So I went in, I was like, what's in this hidden folder? And I see some extra baddies. And I was like, well, I'm out of likes. Let's spin the block. So I sent them all a little message like, hey, had to clear my mind, took a little break, forgot about you, but I'm back now. If you met someone, totally understand. But if you didn't, let's pick up where we left off. And so all of them responded. None of them had met nobody, so that was pretty cool. But the shorty that I ended up doing the little virtual love with, she was in there. And so she was like, let's get to know each other. And I was like, let's get to know each other, I guess. Okay. So she lives she's like 20 minutes from me. She was closer than all the other ones. So, I gave her a little more attention. We started chit-chatting. First we talked on the app. And, we went from the app to IRL. And then I was like, shit, can we FaceTime? She was like, sure. So we got on FaceTime and it was dope. Like we talked for like 7 hours that day. We talked so long. It was the 4th of July Eve. It was that Monday. She was like, are you off tomorrow? And I was like, no, gotta work, but it's a holiday route, so I'm not tripping. And so the first 3.5 hours was like good, pure, wholesome conversation. I wouldn't mind Jesus being, a fly on the wall for that. And then the last 3, Jesus had to leave because Demon Dre entered the chat. And so, somehow one thing led to another. Shorty starts showing me all her little sex toys. And I was like, all right. And how do you use that? I'm a visual learner. And so she was like, well, you turn it on and then you put it here. I was like, but where do you put it? She was like, here. So over her clothes or whatever. Like, nah, but if I were to get it, would I put it on top of my short? And she was like, oh my God, Dre, if you want me to masturbate in front of you, just say that. So I was like, I want you to masturbate in front of me. and so we laughed, but then she went and got her bag of tricks. And from what was it? From 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. It was just a sex exhibition. And then Shorty, I'm trying to be not crass, but goddamn, she got that thing on her. And I wanted it bad. And so one thing led to another, and I was like, well, that's not fair. I ain't got no toys. All I do is throw dick. So I was like, I think I'm gonna show her my coochie. And so I took my pants off, walked across the screen real quick just to see if she was checking for it. She was like, oh my, no, come back. What you doing? And I was just like, oh, me? It's just me. It's just a little coochie or whatever.
Like just a little turn.
And so she was like, no, bring that back. And I was like, oh, you want to bring it back? And so, one thing led to another. And then, she was talking freaky in my ear. I'm talking freaky back to her. We just coming all over the place. And she was like, I don't know why you're about to break my record with myself. So normally I think her record back-to-back orgasms was 4, and she got about 7 with me. So yeah, that shit was fired. And we about to recreate that shit in real life.
I love it. Manifested.
Yes, we love to see it.
Manifested from the virtual, which, was all set in your mind. You could see everything visually, and in real life, it's going to be manifested into other ways. I love it.
Look, could have been like, hey, Vernon, we're doing this session. You should pull up. Jesus has already left. You know that you're good. I'm going to be like, who's all over there? You'd be like, oh, Jesus is gone. And I'd be like, I bet I'm there. There, I love you, right? Jesus. I love you. We friends. But I could have pulled up. I'm joking.
Wow. Next time, boo, I got you.
Okay.
Your ass talking about. Bring that ass.
Talking about I don't want to be crass. This is the Holistically podcast.
I'm sorry. I've been at work. I just, I can't be nasty at work. So it's hard to switch my whole back.
I got you.
That's actually funny because I was a little bit nasty at work. So.
Ooh, spill it.
First time, and I enjoyed it. I definitely did. Yes. So.
That's all we get.
It's right.
For this time, yeah. So this is actually the first time that I actually engaged with somebody that was younger. As everybody knows that, I teach and go to school. And so I want to put this disclaimer out there. I do not believe in exerting power, especially if you deal with even still grown students. I don't believe in, exerting power. So let me go on by disclaimer. This was not one of my students or anybody that I, engage with. However, they were affiliated. They were a student that was affiliated at the university that I attend. So, I'm kind of a little bit on this cruising app. I don't really go on it, like too often. I just go on really like to see what's happening, things like that. So I was a little hot that day. I had to teach online and stuff like that. I felt like being a thought. So I got online, started talking with this guy. I think he was like 19. And so we started exchanging some messages. I found out, obviously, he was affiliated with the same university. He asked if that was going to be a problem. I was like, no, I kind of knew that, he was never anybody that, I've engaged with or had to teach or anything like that. So I figured it was all well and good. Told him to, kind of come after I got done teaching online. And so where I actually teach for the summer, the floor is not really that busy, at a particular time of the day. And so right after I got done teaching, kind of sent him a message, told him to, come up. He comes up. I do my due diligence at first. I didn't just, kind of jump all over him or anything. I showed him around the department, asked him if he's ever been there before, the kind of services we offer. So I'm interested in, I'm not just interested in, like the little hot moment. I care about people's academics as well. I'm an academic at heart. So I care about people's academics. So showed him around, things like that. We went into one of the lounges, started, making out a little bit. That was great. And then I told him, well, if he wanted, a little oral or, things like that, if things, go a little further, we would go into one of the bathroom stalls that's on our floor. Now, mind you, a lot of times when cruising and stuff like that hooks up, people be going into these really dirty ass bathrooms and stuff like that. I consider my thought moment. I still consider myself to have a little class. At least I want to think so. So at least the bathroom on my floor, only people on our floor use it. It's not really big. It's always being cleaned and things like that. So I think there's 2 stalls and 2 urinals in there. So it's a really small, bathroom. But it just so happens this was a great part of the day. The janitors had already cleaned in there, things like that. So took him in one of the stalls, did some oral with each other. And that was, basically it. And then I sent him, on his way. And, we may engage or not, in the future, But yeah, I felt like having a thought moment. So I did.
Not you tore the baby up in the bathroom and sent them packing.
I tried to, I tried to be not, of course, I feel like I was very cordial, very very nice, as I think I typically am. But, I was like, no, this is a moment. And, we may have another moment in the future. That just depends on, how I feel. But yeah, I felt like being a thought, and I felt like being a thought at work. So
How was it with someone that much younger?
The thing is that because it did feel different because I'm used to being attracted to either my age or older.
Same.
And so it was one of those things where it was I didn't really, I guess I cared, but I didn't also at the same time. So, my thing is I haven't been intimate since January. So that's another reason why I was having a thought moment. I'm listen, it's the summer.
It's hot.
I need to get me some in any kind of some kind of capacity. So, but yeah, being with younger, you could I could tell not necessarily tell, but just feel, there's a certain energy that, I think a younger person brings. So it definitely feels like that. So, it wasn't anything that, went all the way, but it was, definitely a very kind of mutual, kind of satisfaction. So it satisfied me for the moment.
Yes, we love to hear it.
So yeah, but the fact that, first time ever doing it really with someone that younger than me, and then first time ever doing it with in the workplace. So,
right. Yeah.
I hate both of you because within not to say I haven't had any kind of sex within the last couple of days or a week.
Not you said days.
So
Right.
Because I am a virgin, by the way.
Bitch, we are not doing that. We are fucking not.
Born again yesterday.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
sick of this shit.
Yes, at 12 p.m. today. I was reborn.
I'm finna leave. You will not blaspheme in my presence another episode.
Like,
Y'all listen to the booty pong episode. You'll see why I'm pissed.
oh my god, I hate y'all. But anyways, like I've yet to have sex while like at work, like on the clock. I've been trying to do that, trying to maneuver some shit in order to do that, and failed every single fucking time. Failed every time. And I hate that for myself. I really do. And
well, if it makes you feel any better, the job that I do, there's cameras literally on me, so I won't be fucking at work.
Oh,
well, you see, that's the thing. Like, I was hesitant to do it at first because I know, like, we have cameras, but I also know, like, that's the reason why when he, like, came up to the floor, I took him around the back where there aren't any cameras. And so we kind of, like, made our way because I was like, yeah, you know, I'm kind of already feeling a little iffy because, like I say, I don't engage with, you know, my own students or any previous students. I don't believe in that. Well, at least not until after you graduate. Now, if you after you graduate, if we have some type of chemistry, you know, hit me up. We can have a vibe, you know. But you know, that's after graduation. But still, you know, took him, you know, around the nature of the department because, like, it's like one big circle. So by the time, you know, kind of sent them a little bit on his way, it kind of just seems like, oh, we just, you know, came to do a tour and, you know, we just like popped up again, like, hello camera, if you're watching, like, nothing to see here.
Nice.
I'll be on my fuck it sometimes. I really do. Whenever horniness really gets me, that fuck it kicks in and I'm just like, well, we're here. Let's go. But again, haven't gotten an opportunity to do that work. Will I do it in the future? Who knows? Because the way that my life will be situated, I won't have the time to do that. So, yeah. But I love that for you both because I know Adrian's your past experience of doing that on the job. Like, yes, love that for you and love that for you as well, Tyrell. We talked about it. We talked about it on the show, so we're.
I know the OG listeners. They know.
They know. Yeah.
Don't do that.
But the new babies, they don't like. You can't just overwhelm them. Like,
look, well, welcome.
I gotta hoe it down. We gotta ease into it.
New people, you're on the line with whores. Okay, clearly.
I prefer harlot. Thank you.
I identify as a harlot, okay?
You have Harley Quinn, you have Harley Adrian, okay?
I am a Jezebel. How dare you?
Yes, come through. Tyrell, which hoe is you?
You know what? Since you know I'm a writer, I deal with words all the time. I'm just gonna redefine the Scarlet Letter. So like you can brand.
Okay.
So like you can brand. Yes, you can brand the Scarlet Letter.
Scarlet Heauxs. I love it.
That's going to be the name of the episode now. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Scarlet Heauxs will be like the best episode title for this. But I was telling myself I was going to do horniness as a drug because I haven't done that yet as an episode. You know what? It's going to be Scarlet Heauxs because, bitch, might as well.
No, but that sounds like the cooler name of a really cool group. Like it's like the adjacent of like the Charlie's Angels, the Scarlet Heauxs. Like we come
on. Yes. Come on, get the pose up. Get your pose up, bitches.
Get your pose.
Come on. Yes.
I'm in the middle.
Yes. In the middle. Look, if I had my dildos next, I don't have a dildo, but if I had my vibrators, I have that motherfucker up too. Like, no.
I think I'm gonna hold the handcuffs.
All right, so we're going to actually
not the crickets.
We're actually going to do this as a photo shoot, like what we all bring.
We got to.
We got to. Like, Tyrell, you got a butt plug?
Whoa.
I don't, but I do have a dildo.
Okay, that'll work.
Dildo, handcuffs.
Yes.
I could be holding lube. Oh, I could be holding lube. I'm holding lube.
Ooh, because lube is important.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Safety first, y'all. Always.
Yes.
I will say I love it when an unplanned sexual encounter results in good sex. I really do because I've experienced those. So I've being on these apps or whatever, and the dating pool being shit, and the options being very few of quality. So like I hate when somebody like kind of builds up the anticipation for sex and then they go away, because I'm like, motherfucker, what? Like, you hit me up out of nowhere asking me if I want to hook up, and I'm like, you know what, might as well. I get myself ready, and then you just like, oh, I'm cool. Bitch, why the fuck did you even message me? Now I got this horniness energy, and now I have to go on these damn apps to find somebody else to get to where I need to be because you brought this energy to me. Like, what are we doing? I hate it.
But you know what? As a coochie muncher, I am low-key jealous because we don't have the app that y'all have. There is no puss her or some shit like that we can just hop on and fuck each other on. I gotta tell jokes. I gotta be crafty. I gotta be clever. I gotta be romantic for like, if I'm cool with it, like 3 days, but like at least a week before I get to the coochie. Like that shit, y'all really are privileged. Yeah. I love that for y'all, but I hate it for me.
And I would just like to share. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I would just like to share a picture that was circulated through Twitter. This goes to, all SGL, specifically for, SGL men. This picture was saying, Dear Bottoms, y'all have officially lost all y'all damn minds. The text message between these two people reads, you owe me $12. Second person, why? First person, I got ready, cleaned out, and you ghosted.
Ooh.
First person, I'm sorry about that. Where did you get $12 though?
Right.
Second person, I make $20 an hour. It took 30 minutes to get ready, which is $10. I added a $2 convenience fee.
I agree with this math.
So, it's kind of like, like you said, I take all this time to get ready, you canceling. So, like this is a job. Like it's a job to prepare. So if you cancel, you owe fee. Like you owe reparation.
Yes. You know what? I feel some type of way because they did not factor in how much that one, if they use a fleet or if they use a douche, or if they use herbal treatment within that. So we need to go back to those charges. We need to add some other fees to this because come on, what are we doing here? Oh no, not that Bottoms lost their minds. No, we need payment.
No. I'm learning so much.
I need you to
I'm a fly on the wall,
and I need that convenience fee to be a little bit more. Like,
a little bit more because
I mean, if you cancel an Uber, you pay 7% or some shit like that. So
listen.
If Uber can catch it, I believe the Bottoms can too.
Look, there's an expectation fee too, because you added, I was expecting no dick tonight, and here you go. So there's that dick upcharge. Thank you. Being a dick and for me not receiving the dick. So what's up?
Yep.
The dick upcharge. I do like my pussy a la carte, so I'm not gonna hold it.
Now, I will say one of the things, not like a stance of privilege. I feel like for a lot of women, it's a little bit easier to hold on to a roster compared to like men, because these motherfuckers are insecure as hell. But women have a higher level of communicating with each other, and they are like able to say, hey, this is what's going on. You're not the only person that I'm dealing with. You should know that. And of course, when emotions get emotions, because look, one of my songs that I love right now is Loyal by Sunny Day. I believe it's Sunny Day. That shit rides. But like, I feel like for women, it's that barrier, well, not barrier, but having the ability to have those conversations and have those understood and appreciated helps out with having a sustainable roster compared to like dudes, because that's why we have to keep coming onto these apps, is because motherfuckers cannot communicate. They do not have the ability to understand that, hey, this relationship, though it may be sexual, we can leave it at that without making things weird, right?
I will say there is a little bit of truth to that, but honestly, not much. Like the same shit y'all be on, We be on that shit too. It's just more elaborate because we extra. Like,
I'm sorry.
I literally start every encounter with, "Hey, I am dating, all right? Whatever we build, whatever vibe forms between us, that's what we got. But don't think it's the only one that I got." And most of them are cool with it. Like, you know, they'll be like, "Okay, cool, yeah, I'm talking to people." But then it always happens the same. I fuck her one good time, and I try to hold shit back. This is not me being cocky. This is scientific data that I've been collecting over the past 8 months. Okay,
that's scientist.
She got her data set.
Look, bell curve and all.
I have replicated the results. It is tried and true, my niggas. Okay, I give a little too good of an experience, and next thing I know, it's so what are we doing? What are we? How many are you still talking to? And now my answers are still the same. I am the constant. Multiple people. We're dating. I don't know. What are you trying to do? Like, it's the same thing, but because I may have gotten a little more passionate than I should have, all hell breaks loose. Now they're trying to track the roster down. Now they're trying to break into my phone. Now they're trying to pop up unannounced. And it's just guys, what are we doing? No. Now I gotta cut you off. What are we doing? Now it's block and delete. I have since gotten rid of like 70% of my roster before we had this conversation.
Damn.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I got
70%.
3. I went from 10 to 3, and y'all know a girl is in that 3. She might be the one to get the roster gone.
Like, I would say, I appreciate that. I would say, like, for me, when it comes to building, I sent the song, the Sunny Day song to you. You're going to resonate. But when I try to build my roster with people, and like I tell them, like, this is what you should expect with engaging with me. Most definitely if I'm dating someone in the process of that, and let them know, okay, look, you're not going to be a primary, just to let you know. But like, even having those conversations that for some reason dudes get triggered by that, and I'm like, it's not about you, it's nothing. This is me like actually communicating with you about my ins and outs of my own body, or how I'm engaging with other people, to let you know, look, we're not dating, we're not together, we're not, like, continue to do whatever the fuck you want to do on your own, but just know that you don't have ownership over anything that's going over here with this body, this nigga named Vernon. And that's all you need to know. Like, we can hook up, we can have sex, we can chill, we can go grab some drinks or whatever, but at the end of the day, I need you to understand these things. But for some reason, that always go to somebody feeling some type of way and want to argue and cuss. Like, it's been a struggle to build my roster past 2 people.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
It's crazy. Like, I know in the past, I was able to have a roster of like 5 people. It was great. It was wonderful. We can communicate. When are you free? All these other things. Even asking people for their availability today, like, is an argument. Like,
yeah.
What? Like
somebody,
like somebody literally will block me for, like, they blocked me for not responding, and this is after they wanted to like hook up, and I was like, okay, sure, like, I'm free tonight, you're free tonight, cool, when you're trying to meet up. So 3 hours pass, bitch, it's 1 a.m. or whatever the time it is, I'm going to sleep. And I'm not the fuck out. And I look at my phone, I got 2 messages from this motherfucker. I'm like, oh, let me respond to this now that I'm up, to let them know I'm asleep. Just to learn, bitch, you was blocked. Oh, well, here we are. And yet this is the same person who will probably unblock me within the next week and try to hook up. And I'm like, why, motherfucker? Like, what are you doing? And when I ask you for your availability, you feel like it's a personal attack. Like, what?
But you see, but that's what gets people into trouble, though. They do the block, but they don't do the delete. See, I'm a 1-2 step kind of person. Like, I don't just block, I delete. So, once you block, you delete it as well. Like, there is no unblock, so, like, no, you can't be allowing people to do that. If you're going to block, you need to delete as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like, I have no problem. Like, if I block a person, we're not going back into that, because I don't care. Like, when somebody wastes my time, I let them know, last time we tried to meet up, you wasted my time. What makes you think I want to engage in that today? Because I'm not. No matter how. Oh my gosh, there was this a couple days ago. Oh my god, I was like so fucking horny, and there was somebody who hit me up, and they were like, we have a conversation, we're communicating, and all this other stuff. He sends his face pic, dick pic, and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, you're kind of cute, and all this other stuff, and they asked for a body pic, and I send that to them and whatever. Mind you, my picture's already on my profile, so whatever. And a couple weeks pass, and I see that they're nearby, and I send them a message like, "Oh, how are things going?" Blah 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 blah. And they mentioned, "Oh, I'm not into you." Bet, cool. I don't know why we started the conversation to begin with, but like, cool. I respect that. Why are you now, 3 weeks after that or a month after that, messaging me trying to hook up? No, you're not into me. I'm sorry. I don't hook up with people who are not into me. Why would I do that?
Right. Or even just like my cardinal rule for like when you have like friends with benefits, not even necessarily for a list. I always have believed that one of the reasons, many reasons why friends with benefits goes wrong is because you choose to have friends with benefits with people you're too close to. Yeah. And so it's one of those things, if you're going to have a friends with benefits type of situation, let it be a friend with benefit that you see, let it be somebody that you see infrequently. Because if you're seeing that person every day or every other day or every other week, it's kind of like we spend too much time together. So then those lines become blurred as to what are we? Are we dating? Or we, this or we that? And then, so if you have somebody that, hey, you may see every couple weeks or, maybe every so many months or, whatever, it allows for like a good emotional distance. So that way, you obviously get your feelings in check. They can possibly get their feelings in check. You can't control what nobody does, but at least you have a good, safe distance. And you can address it accordingly.
That's good. I'm going to put that in my whole catalog. Because I definitely be way too close to my bitches. I ain't even going to hold you. I got a bitch for every day of the week. We see each other every week. And the problems start when somebody is a no call, no show. Because now me, no call, no show, no dick for you. So it's you. I have an allotted time for you to get what you came for. If you can't be there, that's just a free day for me. I'm not gonna fucking wait for you. And yesterday's price ain't today's price. Your appointment was yesterday. Today is her appointment. I can't cut her off to get you. Now we overlap and I got a snowball of bitches. I don't want that. And when I enforce that, I always tell my people that I'm dealing with, consistency will get you very far with me. Yes. If you are a person of your word and I can set my clock by you, we can do this as long as you want. It's when you become inconsistent that we have issues. And I don't like inconsistent. I crave stability. I like to know that on Wednesdays, I'm going to fuck Keisha. Every Wednesday until we stop fucking. It's Keisha. Wednesday is Keisha day. Okay? But if Keisha pop up on me on Friday, that's not your day. Now I'm confused. I don't like that. Now I'm irritated. Now Wednesday and Friday ain't your day because now you out. I booted you out. Goodbye. Because I don't want to deal with it. But maybe I should put some distance. Maybe it should be every third Wednesday. It's Keisha's day.
And that is the message. Know your day. Know your day, know your time slot. Like how you hopefully y'all making, yourselves doctors and dentist appointments and every other type of appointment you make. Know that when it comes to obviously your hookups, you need to be doing the same thing. Make yourself your appointment, know what day, arrive maybe 15 minutes early, call if you can't, call if you cannot make it. And
come clean.
Yes.
Don't be trying to shower at my shit. Don't do that. You know what the fuck you here for. Why is that box wild? Watch that shit. Because I'm not touching it. I promise you.
I'm done. But I'm with it all. I am with it all. Like, consistency, having things on the schedule. Like, that's the thing. When I explain to people that, hey, during the week, I have a lot of shit going on. I don't want to talk to nobody. I would just want to get in my bed, watch something on Netflix and go to sleep because I know I got work the next day. That's all is on my head. That's all that I'm thinking about. So when I tell you, hey, I am very free over the weekend. We could plan some things. We could do, if you want to have a 5-hour session of sex, we can do that on the fucking weekend because I already have that in my mind. That's what we're going to do. Like, it's not rocket science. It's all about communicating. It's all about like everybody knowing what the fuck is going on. And the real frustration, like you were saying, Adrian, you having that time frame of when the motherfucker's supposed to be there. If you tell me that you on your way, I'll give you a good 30 minutes or maybe an hour if I feel charitable that day. But if you're outside of that and you think you're going to pull up at 2 hours, no, bitch. There's a whole nother motherfucker on their way over here. You lost that. You lost that privilege. Like, why? Or I'm going to fuck sleep. Like, because I love my rest. So if I have to choose between mediocre dick and rest, I'm always choosing rest, even if it's some good dick on its way over. Oh, you're not trying to pull up when you're supposed to be here? Oh, well, thank you so much for trying. I'm going to sleep now. Thank you. And keep it moving because you should have been here on time. Like, who you thought you was fucking with?
You gotta definitely nip that behavior in the bud. Like for instance, I don't like my time wasted. So we make plans and I always send I send confirmation text. But let's say me and Jackie got a date Friday. I'm going to hit her up Wednesday. Hey, remember, Friday's coming. We got a date. I'm gonna hit her up Thursday evening. Hey, remember, you still down? We going? Yeah, 6:30. And then Friday morning, Jackie, don't fucking play with me. You best be there at 6:30. If Jackie confirms each of those and it's 5:45 and I haven't gotten the on the way or can't wait to see you or I'm here text, I'm not leaving my house. I'm not doing it. I'm not. Why? Because I took the time to confirm with you. I carved this time out of my schedule, and for whatever reason, you are MIA. You are an adult. You know how to communicate. You have a mouth. Why? When I gave you ample opportunity, literally up until the day, literally up until the hour that we're supposed to link, you had every opportunity to open your fucking mouth, and you did it. Therefore, gas is too high, okay, for me to be chasing bitches. I'ma wait. If I don't get that on the way, you left yet, any of that shit, I promise you my car will be in the parking lot at my domicile where I will be high as fuck by myself or with another bitch. I don't know.
That part.
I don't like my time wasted. And I used to feel bad about that. But when I really looked at like the economic cost of dating, I felt good. Like, bitch, that's a quarter tank of gas I saved. We cool.
But it's also about the energy and the mindset you put yourself in. Like, because when you thinking like you about to get some real good loving, right? And it's like it doesn't happen. It's like, now, bitch, you done fucked up my whole mindset. Like, I don't, like, either one or two things gonna happen. Either I'm gonna, go through and find somebody else, or you didn't mess with my mind. So now I'm annoyed. So don't even fix your mouth to even try to text me. Or try to even communicate with me. I need a full 24 hours, maybe even longer to get over.
Dr. Scott, I just got to point out, I want to be that corkscrew that you find in. God damn. You serving all kind of face. Like, Tyrell, I'm trying to listen, but you over here twisting shit. And I'm
no, that corkscrew is one of those stress reliever items where it's like every time I'm annoyed.
But did you see his face? Did you see he was serving? Those were bedroom eyes. And I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, what are we really doing?
I am enjoying the conversation. I am done.
Nah.
I'm glad this is not a video podcast. Y'all don't need to know what I'm doing or what I look like with this.
Y'all, he nasty. He is so nasty.
I'm really going to have to go back and look at this video to see exactly what I look like with this damn corkscrew down.
All you was missing was a little tongue out, just a little bit. That's all you needed. I want y'all to know virgins don't twist corkscrews like that. So proof. Oh wait, y'all can't see him. Damn.
and look, the verdict's gonna still be out. Is he the virgin?
Is he?
Really? Is he?
I am the virgin corkscrewer. Mm.
The prosecution rests right now.
I'm done. So another thing that I wanted to go into, well, this is actually one of those that was requested, was seeking validation through sex. Who want to tackle that one first?
First of all, I want to say, okay, no, hey, Adrian.
No, you go.
Go ahead.
Go. I went first and last time. You go first. Go.
No, all I was gonna say is like, look, this is not like I'm not trying to put like a whole entire ego out there, but it's like I don't need to validate a damn thing for sex. Like I validate myself. So it doesn't matter at the end of the day, you know, as we see, you know, people getting especially like high and sexy for the summer, realizing, listen, high and sexy comes in many different shapes, forms, sizes, everything like that. So it's like, listen, if I'm going to be doing something, I'm going to be doing it for me. Like I don't seek validation. Now it's, of course, now it's good, you know, when you receive compliments and, you know, things like that. I mean, of course, who doesn't like that? But I'm not out here seeking nothing. I seek things with myself. And so, you know, I think that just draws, you know, people in, you know, to you, no matter if it's for your personality, your energy, the way you look. Hey, some people, looks is all they got going for them. And if that's so, then, you know, hey, props to you. You get yours when you can. Now, I don't know how far that's going to get you in life, but, you know, hey, it can get you a little something when you need it. But, you know, it's like, I just have the attitude, like, I don't seek validation for nothing.
So on the other end of the spectrum, I am learning not to seek validation through sex. You know, I've been in therapy for the last 2 years, almost 3, 2 to 3 years. When I started therapy, I was very much tied my validation to sex. Like sex equaled love to me. If you didn't love me, you wasn't fucking me. Or because we fucked, you love me. And me and my therapist had to break me out of that because that is not the case at all. You can have mind-blowing, amazing, transcending spiritual sex with somebody and they do not love you. Okay, that's not love at all. And so through my journey, you know, I started at the end of, you know, you ate my pussy, so we go together. And then I jumped to the other side where I completely detached from sex. So it was like, I'm fucking you, I'm tearing your ass up, you know, you giving me that good, and you think we go together. And I'm like, whoa. Not at all. We don't. And then I would stop fucking because I didn't want that to be associated with each other. So now I finally made it to the happy medium, more so on where Tyrell is. I validate myself, you know, I tell myself I love myself, so that whenever I come with another person, whenever I get with another person, it's not them trying to fill something that's empty. I'm already full and it's just an addition. Like, oh, you think I fuck good? Thanks, I do. Type shit. So.
And that's the thing. And I'm so glad that you brought that up because it is a learning process to learn not how to seek validation from other people. And it's so easy to come into situations, especially like I think when you're first learning your body, you're first learning about sex and sexuality, that it's easy, I think, for us to fall into the nature of using the nature of our bodies to get what it is that we feel that we want. So as we say, it's the kind of like, you know, if we're intimate, you know, with each other, you know, to me, it's kind of like, okay, why should you not feel this like I think that I'm feeling? You know, so we psych ourselves into thinking like, oh, okay, well, you know, I didn't slept with this person, I didn't gave them this, I didn't gave them that. Oh, so now that must, you know, equate to, you know, love, or it must equate to us, you know, being exclusive or dating or what, you know, whatever that is for us. And not really even stopping to think about, wait a minute, is that even what we really actually want for ourselves? Or is it more so just, oh, this is what I think I should want because this is what I've equated with being physically intimate with somebody else. So it's that kind of multi-step process about you understanding about what does actually sex mean to you, and then how you actually move in that when you're with someone else.
Yes, agreed, 100%.
Like I think about like that phrase that sex is the way adults play often, because I think that's the phrasing itself separates love out of it, because you can play with other people in different ways and enjoy them, and it's not about building love. And I think as a culture, as a society, we're socialized to believe that sex means love. Like whenever you see like even if you hear a song, we make love, blah blah blah, you know that they're talking about they're fucking. Like make love is sex. That's the only way that you can do that, rather than understanding that sex is it is an intimate act, but there's also other forms of intimacy that you can have with a partner. There's romantic intimacy, there's just being in the presence of your partner, is doing things for your partner that can build intimacy outside of just engaging in sex. Looking into each other's eyes is a way that can build intimacy. Having conversations with your partner can bring intimacy, and all those different intimate moments are things that can go into building love. Making love out of things, like, it's not just about the sexual things. And I think once people are able to fully isolate sex from that, not to say that they have to remove their meanings and their definitions of what sex is for themselves, but recognize that they can engage in different activities with their partner or people that they're getting to know, that still leads to building love and building that connection with each other. Sex will become a lot less of, not necessarily a taboo, but less of a way to seek that validation or that affirmation from your partner to understand how much that they actually love you.
And then, like, for me, I can have sex with anybody I choose, but I won't make love with just anybody. That's a level of intimacy that we have to come to together. I, like, you can ask any one of my partners. They know when I'm fucking them, and they know when I'm making love. They know it's blatantly different from one action to the other. And because with sex, I'm not into it. Like, I mean, I'm into it, but like my emotions, my passion, my energy, that's all back here. It's locked up. You can't get to it when I'm fucking. But when I'm making love, the gate is open. You're gonna feel it all. And I have a very strong energy. Like, you can tell when I want you. You can tell when I'm feeling good about you. You can tell when I fucking hate you. It's just, my energy is just big. It's just there. And so as someone with a prominent energy force, it's my job to put those parameters in place so that people don't get hurt unnecessarily. At least that's just how I see it.
And I've always felt like the nature of like sex and making love has always, for me, it's always come through the eyes. How people say like they make love through their eyes. So for me, if I am feeling something a little bit deeper than, just like this sexual connection, then it's going to come through the eye contact that we continuously, tend to make with each other. And that's just, kind of like my go-to, of course. But
yeah, missionaries for lovers.
Okay, so this was a question that was asked. How does one normalize their sexual selves when others are not willing to?
So what would be like, can you give some more kind of detail around that? Like, is that like pronouns that you're using, or like different partners? Like, can you go into depth with that?
That's a good question. That's what was provided. So let me speculate a little bit. Maybe in terms of like, whenever someone is the kinky side of things, or if they like to express themselves outside of the norms, be it, I want to do more than missionary, I want you to choke me a little bit, I want you to spank my ass a little bit, or just to express themselves fully with their partner without them shaming them in a way, or how can they embrace that with the partner, or embrace themselves with their partner, knowing this is who they are, but they're also not willing to engage in those things. That's what I get.
So if I could speak on that a little bit, I recently, within as it's been said, like I think on another show or two, I've been getting into a little bit more of learning more about kink over the past year and a half. And one of the things that I learned from one of the summits that I attended online was that a lot of times people will, if they have this even curiosity about a particular kink or a particular scene or fantasy or something like that, a lot of times people tend to go from 0 to 100 in an instance. And a lot of the kink educators will tell people, if you have a curiosity about something, explore it, but explore it, one, safely, but two, you don't have to go from 0 to 100. So just case an example, if you have a curiosity about what it's like to be spanked, right? You know, be spanked by your partner or whatever, you don't have to necessarily go out and now all of a sudden, like, you're getting all sorts of toys and floggers and, you know, just things like that. You can start small with something like a wooden spoon, like having like your partner, you know, spank you like with a wooden spoon, see how that feels. And then if you decide to progress to, you know, other levels or other degrees of, you know, that particular kink play, then that's fine. So I think that the nature of how we associate, you know, how we associate getting into other aspects of, you know, either sex or role play or anything like that, it doesn't have to be like to this varying degree where you go all in with something. Like whatever your kink is, however it is you choose to express it, it's going to be on you and your partner. And there's nothing wrong with not, you know, wanting to be in chains and, you know, tied up in a dungeon scene or, you know, something like that. It's going to be whatever you and your partner make it to be. So I think just the mindset and the idea around expressing that is key.
And I would add to that, like, of course, Tyrell covered it pretty well. But for me, in that, you know, in that sense, I think it just comes down to communication, honestly. Like, yes. If you're not able to fully have that conversation with the person you're engaging in these activities with, you're not going to be able to express yourself the way you want to. You know, absolutely. I may not like butt stuff and you may like butt stuff, and, you know, I may be a hard no on it, and that's something that you require to be sexually fulfilled. If we can communicate, we can find together a happy medium. You know, pegging, I'll peg you. You want to feel butt stuff? I don't want none of my orifices in your butt. I'll put a strap in your ass. That's fine. I'm into that. Happy medium. Well, we figured it out. But yeah, for real, communication, that is the craziest thing to master. If you can truly master the art of communicating, there is nothing you cannot have in this earth. Honestly, because it's literally the building block of any relationship, whether it's professional, emotional, romantic, friendship, child, parent. Like, every relationship requires some form of communication. And if you can really, truly master that or get very good at it, the world is your oyster, honestly.
And Adrian, it's so great that you mentioned that, because as I'm thinking about it, when you said about like, what is some of like your yes or hard no's, it's kind of like there are resources out there where, you know, you and another partner or another, you know, intimate partner, where you can, you know, go and fill out, you know, like little worksheets that, you know, are free and accessible online. And you can even make, you know, communication a fun and playful game, you know, so it's to say like, hey, like, what are some of like the things that you would be into? What are like some yeses for you? What are some like hard no's? What are some of like those maybe categories where it's like, well, you know, I may have a little curiosity about this. I don't know too much, but I wouldn't be close, you know, I wouldn't be close to it. And so that way, again, like you say, Adrian, you're trying to find like this happy medium, you know, where you know, that kind of play and exploration can exist. So that
Doctor, speak to us.
That was it. That was it. The only thing I have to say, if you are going to start using a wooden spoon for like any kind of impact play, make sure you get a new spoon, because you're not going to be feeding your family with.
niggas.
Look, let's like keep that
Let's
one
not
in the
do that.
bedroom, like just for sanitary purposes, because I know some people don't be thinking about that. But it's something also came up to my mind when you start talking about communication. I remember that thing that was on Facebook like last week, and they were like, communication has never been the issue, it's been comprehension. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's another thing that we need to work on when it comes to how we talk to our partners, is seeing that actually going into, hey, do you understand what I'm saying, and ask them to repeat what you said, and not in a negative way, but like for you to make sure that they heard you correctly. Like, hey, I know I said a lot, and I just want to make sure that everything came across accurately. Do you mind summarizing what I spoke to you, so I can make sure I communicated properly? Like, communication in itself is a skill that takes time to build. Like people think that just saying, oh, I need you to talk better, or I need you to communicate better, is going to be it. No, you have to learn how to actively listen, learn emotional intelligence on top of that, and learn how to reflect what other people are telling you the best way possible, to ensure that you understand, that you, well, for those other people, overstand what your partner is talking about whenever they're communicating with you. And another thing I will also add is, most definitely when it comes to those hard no's, because that's going to be another conversation, you have to identify what are the necessary needs within your relationship too, to make sure that everybody is satisfied. And are your needs being met? Most definitely when it comes to those sexual desires, because sometimes, depending on the relationship dynamics, it may include adding another person, or adding the access to a community for you to engage in certain things that make you feel not validated, but makes you feel as though that you satiated those needs that you have. That can, like, if you are against being spanked, or against anal play or anything like that, well, hey, I know I'm not comfortable with doing anything like that, but are you well, let's rephrase that. I understand that you're not comfortable with doing anything like that. Is it possible that we can open up our relationship so that I can have that need be met, and have those conversations, see where that leads? Sometimes that may lead to the dissolution of a relationship, and sometimes it may lead to the strengthening of a relationship, because that's what relationships are all about. If you're unable to ensure all people's needs are being met within the relationship, at the end of the day, it is going to fail. So, like, having those pertinent conversations to understand exactly what's going on, exactly what you want within the relationship, only in all realness, even if the relationship does dissolve, it will dissolve in a healthy way, and that's also a good thing.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Another one of those questions that was submitted: how does one engage in hookup culture safely? I will start this one off by saying, just purchase the essential guide on how to be a hoe, and you'll be good. Understand?
Shameless plug.
But really,
you better use the resource.
You might as well. But additionally to that, you have to think about condom usage and birth control and all kinds of contraceptions within that, ensuring that you're getting tested. If you're out here raw dogging it, having sex without any kind of barrier methods or anything of that nature, it is best to ensure that you're getting tested on a regular basis, and also between partners. I know typically if you hear regular basis, it may be every 3 months that people become accustomed to, but if every so often within that 3 months you're engaging with multiple partners and you're switching between those partners, it is also good to ensure that you are still being tested between those partners too. So, not saying that you have to go every single week, but just do it regularly enough. That could be once a month, twice a month, what have you. Look at your insurance and what it covers. But those are some of the sexual health related ways of staying safe within operating in hookup culture. There's also the lived experience safety concerns too. But before I go into any of those, what do y'all have to offer about that?
So for me, remember, this is my first year in the streets after being booed up for almost 4. So things have changed outside different than when I remember. It's wild out here. And honestly, and I know this might sound kind of like condemning. It's not meant to be babies. Take this with love. TT is giving you the game. Your sexual health is your responsibility. No one owes you anything. You would think honesty would be implied, included with the sale, but no, a lot of people are either ignorant of their own sexual health or negligent of their own sexual health. But your sexual health is just that. It's yours. Therefore, it's your responsibility. Me personally, I like to see test results. If you want me to eat that pussy, show me them results. Because I got mine. Because I want you to eat it. But I'm not putting my mouth nowhere that I don't know where it's been. You know what I'm saying? Because, praise the Lord, not that there's any shame to it, but I am, I have not been burned in the probably 15 years that I've been fucking. I wasn't fucking at 10, guys. I wasn't. But in the 15 years that I've been sexually active, I haven't ran into any issues. And that is because I'm downright militant with my sexual health. You not finna fucking touch me if I don't know where the fuck you been. And when you're looking at results, people, look at the dates. Because some motherfuckers will have a negative result and it'll say 2011 on that bitch. It's 2023. We have updated results. We wasn't testing for the same shit in 11 that we testing for in 23. Miss Rhonda wasn't even a thought in 11, but she real popping and they're 23. She done calmed down a bit, but she's still out there. Be safe, y'all. Never forget. Right. But I said all of that to say, it's your priority. No one owes you anything. There's decency and then there's foolishness. Don't be privy or don't be prey to either. Take control of your health. That being the case. And also, don't be afraid to stand on your health. So if someone is refusing or they're talking about, man, we don't need all that. You know me, I know you. Right. Yeah, true. But no. No means no. And if someone isn't willing to get a test, now I've even gone so far as to pay for someone else to get tested because money was the problem. Money is not an issue for me at times. And I really wanted to have sex with her. So I was like, shit, I got you. And we went to the clinic. I paid the fee. She got tested. She saw the results. And then we did some horrible, horrible things to each other.
Yeah.
But we got to be knowing that everyone is okay to play really enhances their experience. You can just you can get loose. You can do wild shit when you know that you're safe. And that's just going to add to the sexual experience. So definitely, as Vernon brought up, make sure you know your status, get tested, but also take control of your sexual health. You came into you come into the world alone, you leave alone sometimes. It's up to you. It's your responsibility. There is you don't want to be the one to say, oh, they did this to me, or that happened, or they didn't tell me, or that they didn't tell you, but did you ask? There's still some responsibility and culpability on your part. So give yourself the best chance at hooking up by being proactive.
Yeah, absolutely. I love all of that. And something that I will say, which I won't necessarily disclose, but something that I do have, which is considered to be low risk. For anybody that is having something that, no matter if it's from, like a STI screening or any type of other screening, if you do have something that is considered low risk, if you're going to engage in hookup culture, have very set boundaries with yourself about what you will and will not do. So if you know that you may have something that may be considered low risk, it's like if you manage well, it's highly unlikely that you would pass something on. You may want to create a boundary as to say like, okay, if I'm engaging in hookup culture, hey, I may only, go so far as to like make out with this person or whatever. Like for me, I love kissing. So, I can have a make out session all day. I throw up my hands and say like, I would be one of like those white women in the 90s rom-com films that are making out in the backseat, that's making out in the backseat of the car. Like that's so me. I'm like, cheers to it. But it is to say that, you create certain lines and boundaries with yourself about what you will and will not do. And also, if you're going to be engaging in hookup culture, please make sure that you are physically, you're making sure that you are physically safe as well. Please do not be inviting people that you do not know to your home, and, places where you very much frequent. If you are going to engage in hookup culture, I say, maybe choose some spots, some areas. If you have like a little favorite, like hotel you like to get down at or whatever, have that a part of your repertoire, but please make sure that you are hooking up in places that are just physically safe. I know that, in the moment, things can be exhilarating, they can be exciting, but just please just have a little glimmer of thought about afterwards.
Yes.
And you hooking up with somebody that you really don't know, and now this person has been inside your home, or just things like that, or just knows your address for that matter, it can be a little dicey because the streets is crazy. Let's just put it out there. So just please make sure that you are being physically safe, and always remember you are always allowed to change your mind at any point.
Anytime.
So as it was said, as it was said earlier, no means no. So
for sure.
And another thing, if you know that you have any types of allergies, like what Adrian was saying, it is your responsibility about your sexual health. It is also your responsibility for your personal health, regardless. Like whenever you are engaging in these, like hooking up with other people, especially if you do not know the individual and you don't know their diet and you don't know what other ailments may be impacting them, it is important to ask those questions. Most definitely, if you feel as though that this, if you know the encounter is going to include the exchange of bodily fluids, and you don't know that this person ate something that may trigger bodily response, an allergic reaction, this is important.
I have a severe peanut and shellfish allergy. So for any bitch that's fucking me, I need to know what the fuck you ate today. I do. Because you're not finna send me to the hospital with pussy on my breath. I'm not doing it. I'm not. Okay? I'm not doing it. So write it out. I tend to stay away from people that just, I love crab legs. Oh, I can't love you. They don't love me.
Look, it's like, I'm gonna need to love you to the left.
Look, I'm people.
We can high five, but we can't do shit else.
I am definitely people because I love me some seafood, some shellfish, and peanuts.
That's why I will never break you down like I want to. I like living a little bit longer. You an Adrian virgin. That's the version you are.
I'm done.
I haven't touched you yet. But when they come up with a pill, I'm on your neck, Dr. Scott.
All right. I'm waiting. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Always good.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's a treat for us listeners. I don't know what I just did.
But I'm like, it is important for people to have those conversations, and the physical safety is important. That can include sharing your location with your friends, letting people know where you're going, because that is like, there are people being murdered. Honestly, let's be real. Like, you should not be losing your life over horniness, wanting to get some dick, wanting to get some pussy, wanting to get some ass, wanting to get some mouth. You should not be losing your life over these things. And if your gut is telling you not to do it, bitch, don't do it, because you don't feel comfortable enough to do it. So listen to your gut. Yes. If there are certain things that you need from a person before you can move forward, like if that is the STI test, if that is for them to say something that makes you feel secure, whatever the case is, wait until you get that security. And if you don't have it, don't do it. Don't engage. Like, I think we're in a space where people, that instant gratification, people don't understand how they themselves perpetuate that with other people, because they themselves want the instant gratification, and they see that this other person is pressing them and they're wanting to meet now, and they're more focused on trying to fulfill that need, that they forget all about their own personal needs in the matter, and they just engage. Sometimes you just have to be like, no, I cannot do that. And if they show any type of aggression, bitch, block. Like, there's 11 billion people on this damn planet, and I get that for yourself it may be hard to find somebody, but there's somebody out here who's waiting to love on you. You don't need that motherfucker that's been aggressive. You don't need that person who wants to continue to show attention. And another thing, just to add, if you're not feeling somebody and you don't know how to say I'm not interested to them, just block them. Honestly, if they slide into your DMs and you're not interested, go ahead and block. Don't leave them there to feel whatever you need to feel validated. Just block the motherfucker. Like, create a safe space for yourself. And that means safe energy, safe conversations, safe sexual experiences. And even with the use of the word safe sexual experiences, that doesn't mean that you have to have a condom on. Like what we were saying earlier about getting tested. You see this motherfucker's pretty, they don't have any kind of diseases, anything like that you'll have to worry about. Let them shoot up the club. Not physically, but let them go all up in there, come all up in that motherfucker. Like, you can be bred like a fucking Twinkie if you wanted to. Like, do whatever you want to do. Like, love that for you. There's people with breeding kinks. I love that for y'all. It's not me. I'm not a Twinkie.
I just really don't want to be nobody mama. So this club is bulletproof, baby. We got security at the door.
Look, that's the other part you need to worry about. Like,
and it's wet around here, so you're gonna have to wear a raincoat.
And I don't know, it's just, for like a kind of anxious person that I am, I'm not really into just like, spontaneous something's happening. Mm-hmm. Like, I like, if I'm gonna have a hookup, like how we just talked about earlier, it's gonna be like a premeditated one. Like, I already know, like I know it's gonna, like, I know a little something of it's gonna happen. This is where it's gonna happen. I can't do the whole spontaneity thing,
Yeah.
And I will say also, for safety purposes, just if you're gonna be in the streets, just make sure you know yourself some self-defense, maneuvers. Ooh. If you got your taser, your stun gun, your pepper spray, make sure you got those things readily available, so in case you got to act wild on somebody who trying to get a little bit too aggressive with you, you'd be like, bam, like so please,
I keep them on with me.
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself.
These motherfuckers are wild.
Very. Very.
I always say go for the eyes and the throat.
Yes.
The eyes and the throat.
And then genitals.
Yes.
Genitals are in play, guys. It's not what is it? Poor sportsmanship to go for the genitals. Ladies, you can go for the genitals on all the bitches too, okay? You kick me in the coochie, it's gonna hurt. Okay. It might not double me over in pain, but I'm gonna be hurt. All right. So genitals is a equal opportunity hit. Anyone can go there.
Look, we all for the equal opportunity.
Of course. I'm an equal opportunity hoe myself. I'm going for it.
Now we are here at the end of the episode. We're settling and lowering your standards for others. Have you ever had to do that yourself? What was that like? And would you ever do that again? And I speak for myself. Horniness has definitely made me do that. I'm not even going to lie.
I will say I have never lowered my standards or settled for horniness alone. Typically I like what I like. And if you ain't that, I'm going to just keep it pushing. However, if we have generated a connection, so we have some type of emotional bond with each other, that will cause me to rethink my standards. For instance, I'm big on teeth. I love a beautiful 32, full on, all your teeth where they supposed to be, ain't no riots in your mouth smile. right? But the woman that I was gonna marry had gang signs in her mouth on the bottom row. The top row, you wouldn't really know, but the bottom row was get in where you fit in, right? But because we had generated that bond, we got to know each other, and she had so many great qualities that I could see myself with. I made allowances for the trash teeth. Now, hindsight, really wish I didn't, because I could have been with somebody with teeth like me and we could be popping. But it doesn't always end that way. Sometimes lowering your standards will open up your data set or your data pool in suitors. But at the same time, there's a difference between lowering your standards and settling. I refuse to settle at this point in my life. I am 30 years old. I am too old to settle. And like Vernon said, there's billions of motherfuckers on this rock right here, so I don't have to settle. I will lower my standards, but I will not settle ever again in my life.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that 100%. Yeah, I think that there's also a difference between because when we think about standards, it's like, okay, really like taking a true assessment of yourself, like your standards really like out in outer space, as many people's are, so right. Where it's like virtually if you wanted somebody, you would have to go to build a bear, do something.
Build a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Or nigga.
So yeah, I think Adrian, what you said was spot on. I think that when you get to a certain place in life, like you shouldn't be settling for anything. Now, do you adjust and adjust your standards based on where you are in life, things that maybe you were not open to before, maybe you are now? Of course, that's going to come with time and as you grow and age and evolve, of course. But yeah, I don't think that you should ever be just settling for something, because ultimately that's going to reflect back on you and ultimately just make you very unhappy. So definitely no type of settling over here, but definitely the nature of your standards, kind of ebb and flow as as time, as time goes on. And like Vernon, to echo, what you said, there's billions of people in the world. And as I've always liked to say, listen, I'm not for everybody. I don't want to be for everybody. Mm-hmm. So you should be choosy and selective, even if you in the nature of hookup culture or whatever it is that you seek, and always be selective with the people that you choose to engage with.
Yes.
Y'all just spoke a lot of truth. Oh God, yes. The only thing I can add on that is mostly related to the standards. Like, I know even for myself, I refuse to place standards on other people for those that I cannot uphold myself. Like, I've come across people online who will say that they need somebody that has all these certain qualities, be it a car, job, and all these other things, and you go ask them, hey, why is it that you forever have free time and you always trying to hook up, and you talking about you need motherfuckers with jobs? Are you not working? Like, what's going on? Or why is it that you saying that you need somebody else with the car, blah blah blah, but you need me to pick you up all the time? Like, not to say that these are things that even personally I'm willing to work with. Like, you need to have these things, but that's something to think about too when it comes to how you set your standards. You have to acknowledge that, if I'm going to want other people to have certain things, how am I looking towards having that for myself? But yeah,
for sure. One of my standards that I don't settle for is, at 30 years old, I'm not kicking it with nobody that's living with their parents. I just can't do that. I don't like quiet sex. I like to get crazy. And I have an apartment, a car, a job, a phone. I have bills and responsibilities. And I prefer to engage with people that have those same bills and responsibilities because they understand what's going on better. If you are not working or part-time, or, you work here where their DoorDash is your income, no offense to it, the same, for example, you don't work a full-time job. You don't understand fatigue. You don't understand, okay, yes, I want to see you. I know we have plans, but Georgia Power is waiting on my payment, and I can either go out with you or I can keep lights. I'm going to keep the lights. You going to be there, but the lights are not. Someone who doesn't have those same responsibilities and demands on their life and time, they're not as understanding. They're sometimes a bit bratty or childish in that. Like, what you mean you can't come see me? We made plans, da 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 da. Right. But Geico got to me before you did. So therefore,
Exactly.
Car insurance is compulsory, baby. I got to be able to move and groove how I wish. And so I'm going to prioritize what I have to do so that I can do what I want to do. It's not no, it's not now. And when you deal with people that have those same issues, they're way more understanding. Hey, babe, my car insurance came out. We're going to have to kick it at the crib tonight, or we're going to have to reschedule the date. Oh, baby, I understand. Like, it's no pressure. You want to come over? Or, oh, shit, I got some free money. I'll pay for the day, Dre. It's no worries. You ain't got to pay for that. Like, it's a two-way street. You get that understanding and that grace from somebody that's in the same water as you. And you want to set yourself up for that. You know, you don't want to have unnecessary arguments, turmoil that you don't have to have because you're unequally yoked. So I just as an example, that's just something I want to put out.
Yes,
absolutely.
All righty. Well, before I go ahead and close this out, first and foremost, thank both of you for coming to the podcast so we can have this beautiful ass conversation. But do either of you have any last words that you would like to share with the audience before I end it?
Just as we've been talking about the nature of different segments of hookup culture, you know, what it means to engage with, you know, intimate partners, setting, you know, what it's like to have standards and everything like that. Just remember at the end of the day, everybody, just to make sure you are reminding yourself to have autonomy over yourself and your actions. You know, so I can understand, you know, obviously our urges, you know, they may get the best of us sometimes, but let's try not to make it like a whole on habit. Like, we love to have fun, we love to engage, you know, those kind of things are exciting, but having it to be a habit can lead to unhealthy practices, you know, and we don't want that. We always want to be safe, and we always want to be healthy and have autonomy over ourselves and how we move forward.
Definitely. And I would add to that, again, beautifully said, Tyrell. But just, you know, for my last 2 cents, you only got one life, and it's just you that you have control over. So advocate for yourself. Put yourself in the best situation, in the best, you know, circumstances that you can, without being detrimental to others.
Absolutely.
Fuck all you can, while you can, but do it safe and have a good time.
Absolutely. That is a word.
Well, yes. Amen. Hallelujah. With that said, thank you all so much for listening to the Holistically podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. Just in case no one else told you this today, you are beautiful, you are worthy of happiness and joy, you are enough and then some. You may not live up to the expectations of others, but that is okay. You are only required to walk in your own shoes. May each day you live lead you towards abundance. With that said, love you all and see you next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Holistically podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. You can subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting app and find us on the web at www.holistically.com. That's www.heauxliloquy.com. Share the podcast with your friends and join the conversation.